Level 1. The exit liquidity. The chart has been down 89% for 11 hours, and you have been watching it for 9. $sign Baron on Solana. You bought it. Of course you did. $8,000. 5 from savings. 3 from a credit card cash advance you told nobody about, including your girlfriend Sarah, who thinks you have been at a plumber shift all night cleaning strangers' feces. You found this coin on X. An anon named 0x Pump Goblin with a rented Lambo as his profile picture said, "This was the most asymmetric bet of the cycle." You read the replies until enough strangers agreed with you. You called it research. The chart went up 4% in the first 10 minutes. You texted Sarah, "Baby, I think this is the one." She sent back a heart. You screenshotted the chart like it was the last photo you took of your dog. By 3:47 a.m., your $8,000 is $1,900. The anon who dumped his bag to you slept great. His name is Marcus. You don't know that yet. Level 2. The Telegram grinder. It is 4 in the morning and you are in 17 Telegram groups, 3 Discords, and a private chat called Alpha Vault run by a 22-year-old in Lisbon, whose profile picture is handsome Peter Griffin with a pistol. You haven't placed a trade in 6 weeks. You have never been busier in your life. This is what finding the rooms looks like from the outside. Your morning routine is a job. Wake up, check pinned messages like 40 tweets from people you've never met, enter 6 whitelist raffles, retweet a thread about a blockchain you cannot pronounce, complete a Google form asking for your wallet address and your genuine excitement about the project. You write 3 sentences of genuine excitement. You mean none of them. You qualify for a pre-sale by completing 14 of these tasks. The reward is the right to give them $500. You pay it. You call it an investment. There is a group that offers guaranteed allocation for 0.3 ETH upfront. The word guaranteed is doing a lot of work in that sentence. You pay it. You tell yourself the fee is the price of access. What you are actually buying is the feeling that you are finally inside something. Marcus is in 3 of your groups under different names. You think one of them is a guy named Derek who keeps posting good alpha. Derek is also Marcus. You upvote Derek's posts. Sarah asks why you're on your phone at dinner. You say work. She says you quit your plumber job last week. You don't answer. You go back to the phone. A pre-sale you grinded for 3 weeks launches on a Tuesday. Within 8 minutes, the liquidity is gone. The developer wallet is empty. The Telegram is muted. And the website returns a 404. $412. Just gone. Not lost in a trade. Taken. While you are completing the Google form with genuine excitement, the next morning Marcus posts a screenshot. 12x on the same coin. He got the actual allocation, the insider round, the one that was never on any task list because it was never meant for you. He captions it with a single emoji, just the prayer hands. Level 3, the shill. Someone you have never met sent you a message at midnight saying he put his rent into your last call and the position is down 61%. He wants to know when to exit. He says he trusted you. You read the message. You mute the thread. You do not reply. You do not think about it again for approximately 4 minutes. Rewind 10 weeks. You posted a tweet on a Wednesday at 11:14 a.m. By 11:47 you had 340 likes. By 6 p.m. someone slid into your DMs and wrote, "I bought a bag because of you, bro. Thank you." You felt something shift in your chest. You also did not actually know what the coin did. You had read the website twice, and you still did not know. The website had words like ecosystem and next generation, and a roadmap that went to 2031. You posted it anyway. The chart looked right. A blue checkmark had retweeted it. The feeling in your stomach said go. That feeling has been wrong 6 times. This time it was up 40%. You learned the formula fast. Bold claim. Chart screenshot. Crying laughing emoji. Reply to 17 people in the first hour. The algorithm rewards urgency. You are very urgent. A project DMs you 3 days later. They want to send you tokens to take a look. You say yes in 4 seconds. 2 million tokens worth $400 arrive in your wallet. By the following Tuesday, they are worth 9,000. You screenshot the wallet. You delete the DM first. You add a referral link to your bio. You make $80 in the first week. You tell Sarah it's consulting income. She looks at you for a moment too long. 2 days later, she reads one of your tweets. She doesn't say anything for the rest of the night. The next morning, while you are pouring coffee, she says, "You sound like someone I wouldn't trust." You don't have an answer for that. You post again before lunch. Marcus follows you that afternoon. He likes one post. from an account with no profile picture and 900,000 followers. Just the one like, sitting there. You stare at it for a while. 3 days later, he posts a thread. New wave of callers to watch. You are number 4. 40,000 people see it before noon. Level 4. The caller. You wake up on a Tuesday and your paid WAP group has 800 members at $99 a month. You do that math in the shower. You do it again at breakfast. You do it a third time just to make sure it is still true. It is. You are making $79,000 a month sending 3 messages a day from your phone. You also wake up and Sarah is gone. The closet is half empty. Not dramatically half empty. Practically half empty. Her side. The hangers are still there. The note is on the kitchen counter next to the coffee maker, which she also left, which for some reason is the detail that stays with you. 4 sentences. The last one says, I saw the wallet, not the ring, the wallet. The ring is still in the drawer. Tiffany ring. You bought it 2 months ago and put it next to a hardware wallet holding $1.2 million because you ran out of places to hide things. She found the wrong one. The paid group filled in 11 days. You raised the price once and more people joined. You raised it again and even more joined. You took this as a signal that you were providing value. You were providing something. Your calls are coins where you receive allocations 6 hours before posting. You enter. You post. 800 people buy. You exit while they are still reading your message. You started calling this providing liquidity to your community. You almost believe it. Some days you completely believe it. You meet Marcus in person for the first time in Dubai. Coffee. He is shorter than you expected and friendlier than you should have allowed. He pays for the coffee, which should have told you something. 3 weeks before all this, a member posted in your group chat. He said he had put his severance into your last call. He wanted to know when to exit. You deleted the message. Then you banned him. Then you did not think about it, which is its own kind of answer about who you were becoming. You text Marcus the morning Sarah leaves. 2 words. She left. He replies in 4 minutes. That's rough, King. You free for dinner Thursday? You are free for dinner Thursday. You are free every night now. 3 weeks later, a photo on Instagram. Sarah, a balcony, the kind of light that only exists in Dubai at 7 in the evening. Marcus's arm around her waist. He is looking at the camera. She is looking away. You don't sleep that night. You don't eat. At 6 the next morning, you open the group and post a call. The call does 6 times. Your members flood the chat with green hearts and fire emojis and messages calling you a genius. You read every one of them. You feel nothing. Level 5. The Launchpad operator. You are on a Zoom call with 3 founders, a lawyer in Singapore, and a man whose camera has been off for 40 minutes and who has not said his name. Everyone is nodding. The man with the camera off types in the chat, clean. Ship it. You still don't know who he is. You stopped asking around the 3rd call like this. The questions stopped getting answered around the 2nd. You help crypto projects raise money before they go public. You write the tokenomics, design the vesting schedules, set the sale rounds, and decide who gets in at what price. That is the clean version of what you do. You explain the concept of a vesting cliff to one of the founders, and he asks if it is near any mountains. You do not laugh. You put it in the deck. You charge $80,000 flat plus 2% of total supply. The $80,000 is for tax purposes. The 2% is the part that matters. A project you structured 3 months earlier launches on a Thursday and goes 40 times in 6 days. The founders do a live stream on Twitch. They are crying. One of them says he always believed. You watch it with the sound off in a service apartment in Lisbon, eating Thai food that arrived cold because you forgot to eat until 10 p.m. the same project rugs in month 4. Exactly the schedule you designed. A journalist sends you a DM asking for comment. You forward it to your lawyer without replying. Your lawyer charges $400 an hour and has never once used the word scam in your presence. You have never asked him to. You find a kid on Twitter, Pepe profile picture, 19, charismatic, posting reckless screenshots at midnight, 8,000 followers and growing. You DM him, let's talk allocation. He replies in 4 minutes. He is eager in exactly the way you were eager in a Telegram group 2 years ago, completing tasks, paying fees, writing 3 sentences of genuine excitement. You are the thing that found him. You eat dinner alone in Singapore, Wakugin Marina Bay Sands. The waiter calls you sir. You realize you have not heard your first name spoken out loud in 9 days. Level 6. The market maker. It is 2:14 IM UTC, and a token unlocks in 46 minutes. You are sitting in a coworking space in Lisbon with 2 screens, a Red Bull, and a script that will sell $4.2 million of supply across 11 wallets in patterns designed to look like organic distribution. A founder is texting you, "Please don't kill us tonight." You reply, "Won't kill you, just bruise." You don't trade anymore. You make the trades that other people think they're making. You run liquidity desks for 14 projects simultaneously. You explain to a founder that organic volume is a service with a monthly retainer, $35,000. He nods the way people nod when they're buying something they don't fully understand but need too badly to ask questions about. The chart is not the market. You know this now in a way that cannot be unknown. The chart is a marketing asset. The market is 3 people in 2 time zones and a shared telegram that does not have a name. A trader in one of your old groups posts a screenshot. He has circled a breakout on a 4-hour candle and written "finally" in the caption. You painted that breakout at 2 in the morning to trigger stop losses. He doesn't know that. He thinks he spotted something. You close the tab. Marcus starts routing fills through your desk. He doesn't know it's your desk. You are an entity named to him, a counterparty on a spreadsheet. You shake hands with him at a conference in Amsterdam, and neither of you acknowledges the professional relationship, and both of you know it exists. You take a 1.5% spread on everything he sends you. You service the account. Patience is also a strategy. The ring is in a drawer in a service department you no longer rent. You moved it twice. You will move it again. You have not opened the box in 6 months. You don't open it now. You don't know why you keep checking that the box is still there. The trader who screenshotted your painted breakout posts again the next morning. He is down 41%. He says it was a fake out. He says you can't trust the charts. He has no idea how right he is. The unlock executes at 2:48 IM. The script does what you wrote. The founder texts you a thumbs up. You don't reply. Level 7. The OTC broker. A founder calls you at 6 in the morning Singapore time. You are on a treadmill. He needs to move $14 million of his own token without it appearing on any exchange, without his investors knowing, and without the price moving more than 3% in either direction. He has 72 hours. His voice has the specific texture of a man who has not slept and has been staring at a number that keeps getting worse. You don't stop running. You say, "I can do it in 36. 4 points." He says yes before you finish the sentence. This is how you know someone is desperate. Not the call at 6 IM, not the 72 hours. The yes before you finish the sentence. You learn to hear it the way a doctor learns to read an X-ray. You adjusted your fee on this call. He didn't notice. You don't touch exchanges anymore. You arrange private deals between founders who need to sell quietly, funds that need to buy quietly, and whales who need to disappear from one wallet and reappear in another jurisdiction without the chain telling a story anyone can read easily. 2 to 5% per deal. A normal week is $400 million in flow. The number stopped meaning anything around the 3rd month. Someone messages you at 2:47 IM, and you know before the next word arrives that they are capitulating, that they have a number in their head they thought they would never accept, and they have now accepted it. You make them wait 11 minutes before replying. The 11 minutes is also a fee. You meet Marcus for dinner in Zurich, a restaurant where nobody takes photos. Both of you arrive using entity names. Both of you order without looking at the menu. Both of you pretend for the first 40 minutes that you have met for the first time. He mentions Sarah somewhere between the main course and what came after. He says she is in Bali doing a wellness thing. He says it the way people say things they know will land and want to watch land. You nod. You cut your food. You say that's good to hear. What he does not know is that 3 weeks earlier you arranged a private deal where he was the seller and a fund you quietly advise was the buyer. You took 3 points from each side. He paid you to exit a position, and you charged him for the privilege without him knowing your name. He funded the dinner. You have a file on him. It started as notes. Then it became a folder. Then the folder became 340 pages of wallet flows, counterparty maps, and a Cypress shell registered to a name you traced to a conference in 2022. A founder you brokered for last year gets indicted on a Tuesday. You read the filing on a flight to Dubai. Your name is not in it. You read it twice to confirm. Then you order a second espresso and watch the clouds. Level 8. The Treasury Manager. You are in a glass conference room in Singapore. Across the table is the listings team from a Tier 1 exchange. On your laptop is a foundation treasury holding $480 million. You are negotiating a listing in exchange for 1.2% of total supply, locked, plus a market-making contract with a desk you own through 2 intermediaries whose names appear nowhere near yours. The head of listings says, "We'd need it cleaner than that on paper." You say, "Everything I do is clean on paper." Everyone laughs. It is not a joke. Nobody in the room thinks it is a joke. The laughter is just what the room does when something true gets said out loud. You manage 4 foundation treasuries now. Combined, they hold $1.4 billion in wallets registered to entities that do not have your name in their documentation. A founder you advise gets a subpoena on a Wednesday. You knew about it 11 days before he did. You had already moved his treasury into a cleaner custody structure by the time the filing was served. He calls that afternoon. He says your timing is incredible. You let him believe it was timing. The dossier on Marcus is 340 pages. You have read it 4 times. You leak one fragment to a journalist. Not a whole file. A single thread of the wallet map routed through 3 intermediaries who do not know each other and do not know you. 11 days later, his main fund freezes withdrawals, pending audit. Those 2 words are where reputations go to finish dying. The ring is in a fireproof box in a storage unit registered to an entity in a city you visit twice a year. You have moved it across 4 countries. You have never once considered leaving it behind. You have also never once considered what you would do with it. Then Sarah texts. First contact in 3 years. 2 words. "Are you okay?" You stare at the message for 9 minutes. You think about the note on the kitchen counter. 4 sentences. You still know all 4 of them. You don't reply. You close the app. You open the Treasury dashboard. There are 3 unlocks scheduled for next week, and one of them is going to require a conversation with a founder who does not yet know that his runway covers 11 weeks at current burn and not the 14 he announced to his community. You eat dinner alone overlooking Marina Bay. The food is from a Michelin restaurant. It is on the counter getting cold. Somewhere a regulator who has spent 6 months building a circle around Marcus is finishing that circle and starting to draw a new one. The distance between his name and yours is real. You measure it every morning. The measurement is also a habit you cannot stop. Level 9. The ghost. You own nothing publicly. Not the kitchen you are standing in. Not the Bloomberg terminal on the counter. Not the wallets that are, at this exact moment, moving a position you helped build 6 months ago into stables across 4 chains, through bridges that take a forensic team the better part of a year to map completely. The orchestration is running. You have not touched a single input in 14 months. You don't need to. Your wallets are split, bridged, mixed, custodied, and layered through entities in 7 jurisdictions, each registered to another entity, each of those registered to something else. You drew the full map once on paper in a hotel room in Dubai. You burned it in the bathroom sink. You remember all of it anyway. That is the part you cannot outsource. Your net worth is somewhere between $90 million and $220 million. The range exists because checking the precise number became dangerous around the time the number became very large. You stopped checking. The money continues without your attention. You have one friend. He is also your lawyer. You pay him $1.2 million a year, which means he is primarily your lawyer. Marcus is a federal case number now. 7 years. No cooperation clause, which means either he has nothing to trade or he has decided that trading it costs more than 7 years. The article was 4 paragraphs. Your name does not appear. Your name does not appear in any document connected to any document that connects to the filing. You read it once. You waited for the feeling you had been expecting since Zurich. It didn't come. Not relief, not satisfaction. Not the specific thing you thought you were building toward when you opened the file in a hotel room and started taking notes. Sarah is married. You found out through a story that appeared in a feed you had not opened in 4 months. A dentist. A Sunday kitchen. Eggs on a pan, morning light. The unremarkable evidence of a life that has no idea you exist anymore. You looked at it for 6 seconds. You closed the app. You have not reopened it. The kid you recruited at 19. The one who reminded you of yourself completing tasks in a Telegram group for access that was never meant for him, was indicted on a Tuesday. Wire fraud, conspiracy, 3 co-defendants. You read the filing standing in this kitchen. You looked for your name. It was not there. You felt the same thing you felt about Marcus. Less than nothing. The absence of a feeling that should be there. Then one morning early, the way the significant moments always arrive in this life, early and alone and without ceremony, you are scrolling and you see it. An account created 9 days ago. A gradient profile picture. 212 followers. The tweet says, "This is the most asymmetric bet of the cycle. NFADYOR. It is 3:47 in the morning. You know the contract. You know the wallet that seeded the liquidity. You know the unlock schedule that will begin quietly disassembling it in month 4. The same month 4 it always is. The structure does not change. Only the names on the tokens change. Only the people holding them change. Somewhere tonight someone is reading that tweet. He has been in 17 Telegram groups. He has paid the fees. He has done what he calls research. He is about to put $8,000 onto an exchange he found 4 months ago. He will text someone before he hits confirm. Something like, 'I think this is the one.' He is the one. That is the thing he does not know. You close the app. You make the coffee. The market opens in Asia in 49 minutes, and the cycle does not need you to run it, and it does not need your permission. And it never did. He'll figure it out. They always do. The cycle continues. If this one stayed with you, like and drop a comment where you're watching from. Subscribe for more.